I received in the mail this morning a package that contained my copies of the Palmer Squares Planet of the Shapes vinyl. Here's what one of the 2 discs look like. Whoa, side A, side B. I'm getting this wrong every time. And really cool spacey design on the vinyl. They gave me a mix and mastered credit right there on the vinyl itself, on all 4 sides, which is really cool. They also shouted me out, all songs mixed and mastered by Drew Mantia on the back there. Also, they listed the songs that I made beats for, which track 1, the title track, Planet of the Shapes. I actually suggested Planet of the Shapes as the album title. I was really into the movie Planet of the Apes at the time. I still am. It's possibly my favorite movie of all time. And we just had the idea while making this album that this was a realm where Palmer Squares could go into new territory and try new things. And that idea of embarking on new territory turned into the idea of a whole planet of new territory and kind of a story and a bit of a concept. And they tried to come up with better titles and better concepts, but they never came up with anything better than Planet of the Shapes. They tried. So my idea got through on that. This is a really special record for me. It's really interesting. We got to do some weird stuff, and I'm always grateful to an artist that hires me and allows me to do weird shit with their music, and Palmer Squares were totally down for that. For example, the intro track starts with this whole skit that I put together with sound effects of them crash landing. We put a lot of thought into the transitions from each track, and that was really cool. And we worked on this weekly for 2 years. So this was just a really intensive process. I'm always grateful when an artist is willing to put in that much time and give me that much time to put in to their projects. So this was a big time labor of love. And it was also just a really special time in my life. I was still really excited about living in Chicago. I was a few years into moving there, and it's just the DNA of a special time of my life is very much in here, as well as my DNA as a producer and engineer. I didn't make too many of the beats. Track 1, track 4, track 7, I made the second half. The song flips into a new beat. I made the second half of that. Track 12 with Joseph Chilliams, we collabed on that. Track 14 with Dro, track 16. So I got 5 or 6 beats on there, but I and we, the Palmer Squares, we edited the hell out of all these beats that we got from all these various different producers. So I really feel a little extra ownership on all these songs versus, a song where someone sent in the beat, they rapped over it, and I mixed it. It's like we really, really dug into these songs as if I was producing them. I was basically, and I don't think I'm talking out my ass, I think that they would back me up on this, I was basically the album producer of this project, even though I wasn't the individual beats producer all the time. Yeah, what else? Mixed and mastered by me. I also recorded 95% of it. Some of the features were sent in and stuff like that. Any guitar you hear, I played the guitar throughout the album. Dip is especially guitar heavy, which is one of the dopest songs. And yeah, I really like the songs that they picked from the In Context mixtape there. Spaceman is really dope. Deeper is my song. Atlantis is really cool, the interlude there. And Bars was something that Bars was a song that was made for this album, and it was a good song, but we just, especially me, I really pushed for this. We thought it really didn't fit within the context of this Planet of the Shapes concept that we came up with, and they ended up releasing Bars as a single later, and it was a really big song and video for them, so I kind of messed that one up. But at least they eventually did release the song, and now it is here where it was originally intended to be, on Planet of the Shapes, so that's pretty cool. Number 4 there, Nowhere to Not Go, featuring Someone and Wes Restless. That's definitely somewhere in my favorite songs that I've ever produced. Just a good, I always love to do the feel-good vibe, and there's kind of some weird idiosyncrasies with the beat that I'm grateful got through. And we also did this really interesting spoken word leading into it. That's really sweet. And that's actually, it's the end of side A, which is super appropriate. I think that is a really solid spot there. I didn't produce Knowledge Over Swag, but I actually pitched them that hook because Knowledge Over Swag was a lyric from an early Palmer Square song just before I started working with them, and it kind of caught on as a slogan for the group. And they had merch, and it was a saying among their fans, Knowledge Over Swag. So I was like, you need to make a song like the Knowledge Over Swag anthem. And I was like, you could do some, and it'd be funny. I was like, it'd be kind of funny if it was like a trap song. You could do like a Knowledge Over Swag, Knowledge Over Swag. And they actually took that idea and made this song out of it, produced by Arenio. Pretty cool. Never Had Nothing. That's not one of my songs, but that's just one of the, I think that's the most streamed song on this project. It has a really good, funny video to it, so that's worth checking out on YouTube. Borders was cool, number 7, produced by, can't really see the producer names on this camera, but produced by the Entre Producers, messed that up, but cool production name, guys. And that sounded sarcastic. I wasn't sarcastic. That wasn't supposed to be sarcastic. I think Entre Producers is a cool production name. But they produced the song, and we came up with this idea. I sampled their beat and flip it in the middle of the track to turn it into a new beat. And Bruce Bain, now known as Vanna Black Soul, ended up kicking that off with a verse on the flip up beat. That's cool. Walk Much Interlude, I'm Dope, featuring Waski, produced by Fresh Kills. That was cool. Waski sent this in that verse. Yo-Yo Ma, again, didn't produce this beat, but I hooked them up with Cat V, who plays the violins on it, and it's really pretty, and it's a cool dedication to their mothers. Indica, produced by Engine, sweet. I played some guitar on that. I really like that one. Semper Fi, so produced by Drew Mantia and Joseph Chilliams. This was a really fun one to do, really spacey and weird. One of the weirder productions I've ever been able to get released, and I'm always excited about that. Not Anymore is dope. Not Anymore has like a cool little getting in the car, driving off skit at the end, and we actually took a portable recorder and like recorded them getting into Term's old car and starting it up and everything. So those sound effects are actually them getting in the car. That's fun. Dip was dope. Originally produced by Dro and myself. Dro originally sent that beat in, drums, bass, and piano, and I did a ton of editing to it and played all the guitars. Term actually had a lot of guitar ideas on that, which was sweet. He was actually like singing me guitar melodies. Like, for example, there's a guitar melody in the hook, all that. He was just singing that to me, and I was interpreting that. So that was really cool. And there's a really fun outro to that song where I played some like gospel organ and Term did some really off the chain singing, and that's really cool. Spaceman is dope. Atlantis Interlude is really nice, and segues into Deeper, which is one of the darker, grittier songs I've ever produced. Really cool project, really great flow. I think this is probably the best front to back album I've ever produced, as far as it was built. It was very consciously built to be listened to from front to back, and you know, we really thought about every song transition heavily and everything. So I just think, as a one whole complete statement, I think this album has not been topped yet in my discography as a full statement. So yeah, here we are going on 7 years after the original album release, and now here it is on vinyl. And grateful to the Palmer Squares for having me be a part of this, and still having me be a part of their musical endeavors. It's been over 10 years now that we've been working together. And shout out and thank you to Bishop Records, who printed these up and sent me some copies. More music is in the works for the Palmer Squares and Drew Mantia. More music is in the works with Junkyard Samurai, which is the super group of the Palmer Squares, Prob Cause, and myself. So more to come. Grateful, excited about this. Go buy yourself one at bishoprecords.com. Palmer Squares, Planet of the Shapes.